Hey there friends and enemies, JoPa here again, and today I want to showcase my first build in Destiny 2 The Final Shape, as this one has made the game absolutely easy mode. I've had some questions from folks about taking on the legendary campaign and other difficult content in the game right now, and this build can do it all. Even if your stats aren't all that great, you don't have perfect armor or anything like this, it can absolutely carry you through the campaign and everything else in the game right now. It's absolutely wild, and you might have seen this elsewhere, but I figured I would put my own twist on it and also talk about why it's so good. So this all starts with the Prismatic subclass and the Getaway Artist gauntlets. These combine perfectly to make a combination that's actually hilarious and almost feels a little bit broken. As far as the weapons, I am rocking the Call sidearm. I have this crafted, personally running Slice and Vorpal weapon. You can change up your perks on this one if you'd like. I run Slice mostly because I love this on my Titan with the barricade popping consistently, but this works very well with Warlocks as well if you are consistently popping your Rift. Then we've got my old reliable Amma AR2. This is all flexible, but I'll explain why I'm going with the weapons that I did. First off, the Amma is just old reliable for me. I love using it. You will want a energy primary in this slot because you don't want to double up on special unless you're getting a lot of ammo, and this just makes it a little bit easier if you are ammo starved. Then I'm rocking the Thunderlord. Now, the reason for this one, it feels great not only against overload champions in certain activities, but also against tormentors because you can target specific body parts. But what you could do is swap out the Amit for a exotic energy weapon and then also use a legendary machine gun in place here for the Thunderlord. That would be just fine. This was just my personal preference, but the Call makes it all come together because it one-shots basically any little enemy in the game, even if they are a little bit more tanky for your primary weapons. Then we move on to the Prismatic subclass, where I am rocking the brand new Song of Flame Super. I wanted to use as much of the new stuff as possible, so I had to use this super. It is a ton of fun and honestly much better than I anticipated. The one thing to remember with the melee, you want to try to get as many hits on that as possible, but it can be difficult because the range on the melee is a lot shorter than the range on your bird that you send out, so just keep that in mind. Then we've got Transcendence. You will be transcendent a lot with this build, even without the pools or anything like that, so really comes in handy to have Transcendence all the time because it acts almost as like a sub super. Then I'm using a Healing Rift. You got Burst Glide. You can use whatever you want there. Incinerator Snap. Now this one you can swap out if you want to. Not as important. Just use whatever one you think you'll get the most finishing blows on enemies with. Then Storm Grenade. It is absolutely vital that you use the Arc Grenade here because that's the only way you'll proc the Getaway Artist's ability, so keep that in mind. Then we have Feed the Void. Any ability kills, whether it's with your melee, whether it's with your Arc Buddy, whether it's with your Stasis Turret, all of those will count for Devour. Same thing with your super. Those are ability kills as well, so if you're using it to clear ants, you will also be proccing Devour consistently. Then Bleak Watcher. You are going to want this because when you hold this to generate your Stasis Turret, that is what is going to activate your Arc Buddy as well. Just remember, you won't have the Arc Buddy with your Rift, so that's not as important. Now, I went with the standard fragments that you start with just because I haven't taken the time to unlock all of them. Plus, it would be easier for people who just got the Prismatic subclass and don't have all the extra options. So, Facet of Purpose, Protection, Dawn, as well as Ruin, and then Courage. Now, you can swap these around as you get ones that might better fit your playstyle, but for now, these will work out really, really well for a couple different reasons. One, you will be radiant all the time, especially if you're using your power melee final blows consistently. This counts for not only your melee, but also for your Song of Flame. Then we've got the Facet of Protection, where you are going to be transcendent a lot and resistant to incoming damage when enemies are nearby. Plus, you're consistently going to get your restoration here, so you're going to be healing a lot. You're going to overheal at times. That is fine. You could almost consider running like a Void Super here to get an overshield, but it's all well and good. You're going to heal through pretty much everything. You see my stats aren't great. I did this on purpose so that way you guys can see this is what I ran during the legendary campaign, and it worked just fine. As far as the mods, we got some siphons here. You want to swap out stasis for strand siphon, but also solar if you would like as well. Then we got heavy-handed impact induction, damage resist if you want to. We've got arc weapon surge, that's huge for the Thunderlord, and then better already, as well as distribution bomber and then powerful attraction. I do like the getaway artist a lot. So this is gonna, the holding to convert to get the arc grenade into the arc soul. It says arc grenade specifically here, so make sure you do that. And you'll see it in the gameplay. You're going to pop your grenade and you are going to generate two things. You're going to generate your Bleak Watcher and your Arc Soul. I don't know if this was intended, but it is hilarious to have the two at a given time. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to use your ability, your melee, in order to finish targets off, especially if they are frozen, to generate your ability energy back. And you're going to see in the gameplay, you can get back your grenade almost instantly with this combo. It's absolutely insane how often I would have multiple stasis turrets at a time because of how often I was generating my grenade energy. So that's very, very nice, and I do like the consistency of it. One of the downsides of certain builds is that it feels like oftentimes you're short on one ability or another. This one, that doesn't ever happen. Plus, keep in mind, when you pop your Transcendence, once you come out of it, you will have your regular grenade and melee active as well. They will be fully recharged. So, essentially, between my Super Transcendence and then also my Bleak Watch and everything, you're always going to have abilities shooting out. And then you're just going to use your weapons to finish targets off. Plus, that's why you can save your ammo for your Thunderlord and the Call in order to do heavy chunks to bosses. But even them, you are going to consistently have your different abilities on them, whether that's freezing and slowing, whether that is your arc buddy who's juiced up, whether it is you're going to be amplified all the time. It is such a fantastic combo that I really enjoy running, and it's something that you're going to see a lot of people using, whether it is just in the legendary campaign or any of the other activities in the game right now. We have the new 12-player activity. We have new seasonal content coming this reset with the new episode echoes. So you're going to see people running this all the time, I would imagine. Get on the train, test it out. I make these builds as guides. So if something doesn't feel right for you, you want to tinker with it, I like to show off the combinations that work really well together, and then you can synergize those and then adjust things that are my personal favorites but might not be yours. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, helps me out tremendously, shows you want to see more Destiny 2 content from me. I've got a build for the Titan, Prismatic in the works as well for the legendary campaign, as well as a couple other interesting things, like I did get the Final Warning Catalyst, and I have a build working with that as well. That thing is actually pretty nutty, and I'd be surprised if you don't see a lot of people running it in the near future as well. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. If you want to see more Destiny 2 content, like the video, comment, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. My name is JoPa. Have a good one. I'll catch you all later.